You are live. Cool. Share. I don't care about that. Hey guys, how y'all doing? Let me know if you can hear me or not. We can get going. Sorry, I was away for the weekend, just getting school back up here. So get shareable link. Let me post this real quick. Everyone live on YouTube right now. I have 15 minutes to chat. Hey, can someone let me know if you guys can hear me? Leave a comment, on Twitter and YouTube. Either or works. Once I know you guys can hear me, we can get going. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Sweet. Hey, and how is the video quality? We've gotten some feedback saying it's not very good. We've gotten one feedback, but my assumption is haven't gotten it from anyone else, so I assume it's good, but let me know what you think. The video quality is okay. How is the video quality? Seems okay. Okay, it's good enough. It's not blurry. All that good stuff. All right, if it does, let me know. But right, this is the platform that we're going forward. So to the extent, if you guys want to get maximum value out of it, right, it needs to be clear and visible. So if you need to go back to just hosting it through YouTube, we can do that too. But I like this because it gives people options on how to watch our videos, right? Both between YouTube and Twitter, whatever you guys prefer. So anyways, getting to it, like I said, I got 15 minutes. So we'll just rattle it off real quick. I'm expecting a phone call too, so if I gotta drop off for a second, that's why. But everything starts with the market trend model, right? Friday, had a nice move higher. By nice move, the way that we define that is the cumulative tick. In the short term, is above the rainbow ribbon. So what that triggers is, for lack of a better term, just our bullish momentum indicator. This is the gate for our mechanical strategies, that being the P2P strategy and the wheel strategy, right? P2P based off of our two key levels, P trans, which is kind of our acceleration level. And then plus GEX is, I'll just show you right here. So P trans, right, just in this example is 6680 in the SPX full complex. Plus GEX, right, 6800. Those are just the two key levels that strategy is based off of. So those long entries are valid again today. Let's just see real quick what those stocks were that fired there. So that would be, right, so Tesla, Exxon, Netflix, Microsoft, Meta, and Chevron, right? This strategy, the night before what the entries and exits are going to be, because everything that happens is executed at the open of the prior session. Again, just keep in mind TC4, which, what that means, that's a nomenclature we use for the signal. TC4 means the first day it is turned on. Obviously, this is a no-does statement that that signal is more prone to failure than a TC3, which TC3 is a continuation signal, right? So today's a good first step, but we want to see continuation. Give me 1 second. I need to answer this phone call. Hey, and if you guys have questions, leave them in the chat. Okay, so let me know if you guys are clear on the market trend model, right? It's multi time frame, so we have a short, medium, long term. That's the point of it. So right, have a nice continuation so far today. RSP after the gap up has been chopping more or less, kind of at the low of the day. Right, we want to see that hold, obviously, but the market trend model itself moving higher, seeing some filter tick buying coming in. So net, looks like a continuation from Friday, which is good to see. Looking at SPS itself, 6,700 or above 6,700, so that's good. Kind of a key level there. Getting to that, right? Getting to the SPX game plan. It was abbreviated today, right? Paul, is traveling, has other commitments, weren't able to do as robust as we normally do, but no worries there. SPX 0 DTE, right? Junk into the range 6,700. That's kind of the key first upper goalpost, which we are above that right now. So we want to see that hold for sure. Then we can see a massive transition zone today. Like it's 100 points wide. We generally don't see this. So that's something to take note that we just have a massive vacuum here, which is just a ginormous chop zone for lack of a better term. Ginormous technical term, right? And then to the downside, lower go post 6,600. So, that is just a massive range today. And then just reading some of the notes real quick. Yep. So what we're saying here, Vanna. That's the wrong one. Oops. Yeah, so I'm just looking at this. What this is a summary of our 3D surface models, right? Everyone has 3D surface models, Net, Delta, Charm, Gamma, Vanna. Understand that sometimes, right, surface models are tough to look at. So what we've done is we created a summarization of those. So we have the 4 different Greeks. Keep in mind that these are on a net basis. It is important to look at both them isolated on the put and the call, but we combine these just for simplicity. Then think of these left-hand plane, right-hand plane strikes as kind of the 2 key peaks above and below spot price. If this is not clear, right, I can pull up a visualization later, but just a lot to get through in 10 minutes. And then the integrals, right, for net delta, think of that as summing everything above spot price or below spot price is left-hand integral. Then right-hand integral is everything above spot price. So you can think of it that way. And right, expirations, this is just 0 DT. So the comment here that was made by Paul, right, is charm is going to be a headwind today. But looking at Vanna, this could overcome charm just because where volatility is. If volatility comes out of the market, then that could easily, propel us higher and, eventually kind of flip the charm. Especially if we get above 6,750 is kind of the key point, 3D surface models where we can start flipping a lot of these Greeks to work further in our favor. So there's something to keep in mind there. Then, right, we just have a ton of named levels, key levels, trading intraday if-then statements at these various levels. So feel free to go in the Discord, give those a read. You guys know that 6,700 is a key level, COTMP, all that good stuff. So yeah, feel free to give those a read. Really above COTMP, then kind of the next level from there is 6,750. But keep in mind, it's going to be very dependent on buyers stepping in, call speculators stepping in and propelling us higher, right? We see that through both the filter tick, seeing that filtered or the market trend model via the filter tick continuing to move higher. Filter tick is just large filter tick transactions coming into the market. Keep in mind, this market trend model is based off of the tick index. So you guys can go Google what the tick index is just to better understand that. But this is our way of filtering to understand when, significant buying or selling is coming into the market. And just a quick plug real quick, right? Our website, gameedge.us. If you go to, our blog, right, we have blog articles that discuss all this stuff we've written, 25 or 30 this year. But, all those blogs are packaged up in kind of a course format, so to speak. The Game Edge Fast Pass, right? This is everything a paid member gets, our education, tools, frameworks, articles on all that stuff. We give it away to you guys for free, right? So you can go check that out there if some of this stuff, you may be new to Game Edge, new to options market analysis, all that good stuff. So really just want to make it approachable for everyone, accelerate your learning curve, all that good stuff. We really don't put much behind a paywall except our data, right? Which, it's our data, so that makes sense why we put it behind a paywall. But in terms of everything we know, aside from that, we give it away for free. So going back to this real quick, don't see any questions in the chat. So either I'm just explaining this amazingly, or you guys don't have any questions, or I don't know, but I'll take that as a good sign that you are not asking any questions. Just going back to that, the second way that we're looking at our intraday volume, right, is our intraday volume analysis. Specifically, this is our vol M command, volume momentum. This is SPX 0DT. And so you may be like, what the heck is this chart? A couple key elements. The first key elements are the solid red and green lines. These are based off of the centroids. Each dot here is a centroid. What a centroid is every 5 minutes, we aggregate call and put volume. We find the middle point of the distribution, which is the centroid, and we plot that. Because what that helps us do is from the open to any point in time, we can see what the trend of the centroids is, which is the trend of speculator behavior. And we can understand just that, how speculators are behaving intraday. So is the trend moving higher? Is the trend moving lower? Is the trend moving sideways? So all things equal right now, we can see that the trend is moving sideways. What that means is that call speculation is moving sideways to lower, put speculation is moving sideways to higher. And those lines of best fit, these are simply just linear regressions off of the centroids themselves. So those help us project out where price is going. And so, yes, I know that these are crossing, but that's never how the session ends, just because as the call and the put centroids never cross. So these just start to kind of level out as we move throughout the session. And all things equal, this is still going to be a chopping behavior. I don't think I can annotate this, but yeah, I mean, you guys can scroll back into prior examples. We go through this, like, haven't been doing as much lately, but every night, we put out a YouTube video going through that, so you guys can just understand that. And in the market and in the Game Edge framework, we have multiple examples of the 4 different types of characters of the volume signatures. So just something very important to understand on an intraday basis. So right now, what this tells me is, right, we know 6,700 is a key level. We're not seeing a ton of speculation above 6,700, right? In fact, it's moving lower, especially this last data point. What this tells us is that centroid is below the line of best fit. So what that tells us is that relative to what has happened, upside speculation is below what has happened. So that means, speculation is coming down. That rate of change is going to be moving lower. So not interested in getting super aggressive until we start to see, speculation start to build out higher. But again, want to maintain that level above 6,700. So yeah, but right, this is super informative, right? If you're, you trade butterflies, you want to understand where the market could pin. This is a great example, especially after 11:30, kind of around that London close. It's always become very informative because assuming you really know news events, all that good stuff, the character of the market generally holds true. So something to keep in mind there, selling premium, understanding where market's going to go, where the market is likely not going to go, and kind of pairing those key levels with kind of what intraday volume is doing is very important. Kind of hit that to death. Any other questions with 0DT, let me know. Just going through our swing plan real quick. So again, like I said, swing trading, right? Options market analysis is fractal, meaning what you can do on one stock, you can do on another stock, assuming very liquid options market. We can do on one time frame, you can do on another time frame. So all the stuff we do on 0DT, we also apply that to swing trading overall. Starts with our market trend model. We've already talked about the bullish momentum signal turned on. Mechanical strategies are turned on. We've been through P2P. We've been through the wheel strategy. So, right, you guys have a good feeling about that. Again, just a wheel strategy. We give you the exact tickers. We give you the exact strikes to do, the exact expirations. So there's not a ton of thought there. Really, the only thought from you is just understanding how we approach the wheel strategy. And that is, not just simply picking random strikes, selling 45 days out, 30 delta, all that good stuff. It's really applying options market analysis of identifying where those call dominated stocks are, then we apply an institutional momentum filter through the Minervini trend template. And then, right, we find those stocks and those specific strikes, those specific options with the premium that we sell that we deem efficient, which is based off of a ROE of 1%, and then an annualized ROE as well. So, all that's documented in our blog. We have a specific article on that. You guys can go give that a read. And then, some other things that I do as well is, I have a database of our stocks, run it through various scanners that I've created, which are very similar to the scans that we already have in the Discord itself, right? Call dominated scans, put dominated scans. This is a scatter plot that I produce, right? It's just a quick way of identifying those stocks that could be attractive candidates alongside. Specifically, what we're looking for is closer to the y-axis on the left side means that it is above P-trans, which is our key upside acceleration level, which is what we want to see. And then above the x-axis means that it is below plus x, which is our upside profit target. So if it's above our acceleration zone but below our profit target, that is an ideal candidate to get long. From there, it's just a question of if the risk to reward makes sense. So again, back to this chart, looking at TDD as an example, it has a potential upside to plus x of 9%, potential downside to P-trans of around 1%. That's like a 9-to-1 risk to reward. So that is a very attractive candidate, or 9-to-1 reward to risk. Very attractive. As opposed to AMD over here, it's 4% to the downside, 5.5%, 6% to the upside. So kind of closer to 1-to-1, not as good. So again, those stocks that are kind of in this region and here, these are very attractive because the risk to reward just makes sense, right? Kind of 3-to-1, 5-to-1, all that good stuff. So kind of these. And then all these stocks over here, the stock is not above P-trans yet. So kind of want to get aggressive to see SHOP as an example, move through plus X, then it would flip over to this side, and that would be more attractive, right? So that's the way that you read the scatter plot here. So there's, a good bit of candidates there. And then same thing to the downside, put dominated stocks, not a ton really right now. And then I package all these up in watch lists as well. So we have the bull list above P-trans, bull list below P-trans, and a bear list. Bear list, right? You may not be into shorting, but these are the stocks you want to avoid off your long watch list, right? And then these watch lists here, you can simply just put these in trading view, right? You can load them up. I think I already loaded them. I have not loaded them up. So, right, you simply just come here, load that up, import below, then you can import bear, and then below bear, bam. So right, about 10 seconds, and you have all this here, and then we have our script there as well, which is just trading view. You just put the script in every day. Very simple, it takes like 5 seconds literally. Then you have our levels in there for a lot of our key stocks. And simply what we can do is, right, if you guys have any tickers you want to go through real quick, actually, that's all the time I have. It's 10:31. So I need to go. I have another meeting to attend to, but let me know if you guys find this helpful. Sorry I had to cut us off short for the individual tickers. I'm just going to leave this running, actually. And when I get back, we can go through some tickers and all that good stuff. So I'll leave the market trend model up for now. And we'll just go from there. So I'll talk to you guys in a little bit.